guys. Today we're gonna talk about our trip to Houston and kind of like walk y'all through our appointments that day, and then like what Harper actually has regarding her defects. Okay, so basically after that ultrasound appointment where we kind of left off yesterday, we left the next day to head to Houston with Dylan and I and my parents, and then got to Houston, which was 8.5 hours away, and not knowing anything yet. And so anyways, we get to Houston, we have to leave at like 4:30 in the morning.
Really early.
Yeah, just from my uncle's house to the actual appointment because of the traffic. Like, it's just insane. Maybe it was 5, I don't know, whatever. It was super early. So we get there, and we have like our first appointment, which is the echocardiogram, which is where it's a sonogram, but it's basically only of the heart. And so that took like an hour, and the whole time, like, it's just super eerie, and like you don't know what they're gonna find because you don't know anything honestly, like whenever you're looking at those. And so Dylan and I just sat there in silence because you can't talk, and had to wait like a whole hour. And then the doctor was watching the sonogram from a different room the whole time while the sonogram tech was doing sonogram. And so then she came in, and then we went to a room, like a conference room, and then the doctor sat down with us and kind of drew out what Harper's heart looks like versus a normal heart, which we'll show y'all the pictures that she drew of her heart, and explained to us that Harper's heart is extremely unique. Like, this lady she's a little bit older. You can tell like she's had multiple years of experience. I think like 20 years of experience. So yeah. She's seen tons of babies' hearts, and she said she'd never seen anything like Harper's heart. And so we were like, great, okay. But the positive thing to the whole thing was she's very confident in knowing that they were going to be able to do surgery, like a series of surgeries to fix her heart, which meant that she was going to be able to live. And so, you know, normally parents are still like super upset finding out that their baby has 4. We thought it was 3 at the time, then found out it was 4. So when you find out that your baby has 4 heart defects, that's like very sad. Obviously, like, we're really sad about it. But going from like the story we told you yesterday of like knowing our baby, or being told our baby's not gonna live, to all of a sudden like, hey, like, she has a chance at life. Like, that was the best feeling in like the most unfortunate situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah. it was funny because, well, I guess it wasn't funny, but they had told us, you know, yeah, she'll be fine. She'll have, you know, multiple surgeries and stuff like that. And we were just like, oh, so she's gonna be okay. And they were like, yeah. And we were like, oh, like almost excited because of the news that we had gotten in Lubbock.
Yeah.
And I think we had shocked some people by the way that we reacted to it, just because a lot of them didn't know of the news that we got while we were in Lubbock. So we were just super calm. Yeah. And I don't think they expect us to be calm whenever a doctor with that much experience says, we've never seen a baby with your daughter's heart. Normally parents would be a little afraid, which we are, but it was good. And then, which we'll take you through all the defects in a second. And then, after we did that, after our meeting with the doctor, then we went straight to a genetic counselor. And that's whenever like we looked at our amniocentesis results, and that's basically, which for those of you that don't know what an amniocentesis thing is, it's where you stick a needle through, yeah, through my belly all the way into the amniotic sac where the baby is. Like, super invasive, and like there's a risk for miscarriage, but it's something that's extremely important because you find out if there's a genetic reason why Harper has these defects. And so we looked at those results, and it was a huge relief to know that there were no syndromes involved. Like, you know, like, well, there's a ton of different syndromes that are related to heart problems, and so it was really positive to hear that overall she was a healthy baby other than the 4 heart defects. And so that was a huge relief as well. And then we went to, after that, after a genetic counseling appointment, what did we have after that?
I don't know, I can't remember.
I want to say that was it.
Yeah, I honestly think that was it. Because that would have been right about lunchtime.
Yeah.
That we were finished,
So
yeah, I think that was it.
I mean, it was like it was a day full of, like, obviously knowing, like, everything. But also the whole thing with this is Harper's heart is so rare that we don't have any, like, stats for it because they haven't ever really seen this kind of heart. And so we really, even though that, like, we have a game plan right now, like, we really won't have a game plan for her procedures and surgeries and everything until, like, till she's born, and they can get, they can do an echo, like, straight on her heart, because only our daughter would lay weird and move and be hard to look at her heart in our past sonograms and echoes. So, but yeah, it's crazy. Like, we still don't even have, like, a solid concrete plan yet until after she's born, which is kind of scary. But every doctor that we've talked to, we've talked to the director of cardiology for I can't even talk. For babies, yeah, pediatrics. Thank you. We've talked to her, and she is confident that we'll be able to get past this part right here. So ultimately, we just have to get past the first surgery. We're past getting born. First surgery is like, what, 90%?
Yeah, it's like a 90 to 95% success rate. So,
yeah.
I mean, really, right now, I think our biggest concern is just making sure she's born, you know, and not having any complications after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hoping she's not a sickly baby on top of all these other problems.
Yeah, I think if we can get her to that first surgery, we should be, I mean, pretty well out, so.
Yeah.
We'll hope. And, do you want to talk about the...
Yes. Okay, so she has, well, we're going to go over the defects. Harper's defects. She has a ventricular septum disorder, which is a VSD, and in your heart you have a septum that divides the left and right ventricle, and she has a huge hole in there, and it's a defect, but it actually is a blessing because it's helped her stay alive through all of this. If it was closed up, then it would actually, the left side of her heart would go away, and then she would actually have hypoplastic left heart syndrome, which a lot of babies do have. And so that's kind of what makes her a little bit unique, is because she has a really strong left and right ventricle, like ventricles, they're both really strong. And then she has aortic atresia, and then because she doesn't have an aortic arch, or there's a defect in the aortic arch, but her aorta is super skinny, running along the pulmonary artery. And then she has a left supravena cava, which usually in utero, for like normal people, that is absorbed in utero, and she still has hers. And then what is the last one? ASD. What is?
I don't remember what that one is.
We'll let you know what exactly that is whenever we're showing you the pictures. But those are her 4 heart defects that she has. And the first surgery that we're gonna do with her, the plan is to do the Norwood surgery 7 to 10 days after birth, and then the second surgery is 3 to 6 months after birth, which is the Glen, and then the third surgery is whenever she's 2 years old, and the Fontan. So Norwood, Glen, Fontan surgery. Those are the 3 phases of surgeries that they have planned as of right now. So that's kind of what we're looking for. So
yeah, I'll add some pictures in here so that everybody can see what we're talking about. And it's very confusing the way that they've got them drawn up and everything, but I I mean, that's everybody's guess right now, so that's about the only thing that we have to look at physically is the different pieces of paper that are drawn all over and scribbled on and stuff. So, but it'll at least give you guys more of a general idea.
Yeah. So I hope that this clarified a lot, and we'll clarify some more as we go, and then we'll also keep you updated as we know more as well. So you'll ask any questions that you want, comment, let us know if we need to add anything in the future, if you have questions or anything. We're happy to answer them for you.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.